Welcome back to Sports Gamers Online Inside Drive. We're going to try a little bit of a different format from here going forward, but first, I want to talk to you about what is on our page of this week's Sports Gamers Inside Drive. Tour de France 2019 and Pro Cycling Manager 2019 are now available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Tour de France 2019 features all 21 official stages. Each has been recreated in-game with a high level of detail. Players will experience breakaway, sprint, stamina management, and more, including multiplayer mode with up to 4 players, local challenge mode where players can go head-to-head in descents, short races, and sprints, world championships in pro team and pro leader modes complete with seasonal challenges, improved AI, new races. On PC, players can manage races in Pro Cycling Manager 2019. Players will experience a variety of new content, including 200 races, 600 stages, multiple modes such as career, pro cyclist for taking the cyclist through the ranking of the ultimate prize, online multiplayer mode, a new cyclist skill tree system, improved AI built for immersion. PES has been streaming their 2019 eSports League event. As of right now, is saying this, I'm actually in the past on Saturday recording this, and when this is out, this will probably be Sunday. I'm sure it'll be archived. It was streamed on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And for day 2, it was streamed on YouTube and Facebook. As of today, Fire Pro Wrestling World Patch and has a Steam discount. Many bug fixes and preparations for New Japan Pro Wrestling 2018 pack is out and is on sale because of the Steam Summer Sale that happens every year to eat our wallets. MLB The Show 19 had an update, a patch. Legend difficulty in Diamond Dynasty now has a slightly smaller timing window, resulting in a lesser chance of putting the ball into play. Slightly more swing and misses for timing in Diamond Dynasty, which probably does affect from the timing window, even though it does say the next thing that says not affected in the timing window, but converts the most extreme timing fouls into misses, meaning an occasional very early or very late swing that barely made contact will now be a miss. That was kind of read kind of weird, but that is straight from the site. Interesting. Notification sends will now save correctly when entering and exiting different modes. Fix a memory leak that would cause a hard lock when an extended amount of time spent in moments. That's pretty big. Corrected some audio, a lot more bug fixes, and looks like they updated the MLB stadiums where balls hit to Pacific region were not being ruled as home runs. Stadiums include Kauffman Stadium, Oriole Park, and Fenway Park. They also added the 2018 World Series Championship pennant to Fenway Park. Made some graphical adjustments to some minor league parks, and of course some minor UI adjustments. Gran Turismo has released a free update that will add new cars. I know you're gonna have to forgive me here. Feel free to make fun of me all you want in the comments, because this is gonna get rough. I'm not a big car guy, so these pronunciations could be rough. First, we got the Chevy Camaro Z28 69, Toyota Tundra TRD Pro 19, Toyota Sports 800s from 1965. Oh boy. Renault Sport Clio V6 2000 and the Gran Turismo Red Bull X 2019 competition. Feel free to roast me in the comments on how bad I just pronounced every single one of those, except for maybe the Red Bull, because I know what Red Bull is. We got our very first details at NHL 20, including our cover athlete. And now I love to steal his thunder. You guys should go check out Mike Straw's video here on Sports Gamers Online. eSports Life Tycoon puts players in control of an eSports team, CEO. Players will need to manage their team by hiring players, training, and much more. Members you hire will have several needs of their own that you, as a CEO, will need to manage for success. eSports Life Tycoon already launched actually. You can check it on Steam, early access, $20 until July 9th. After the 9th and during early access, it will be available for $15. You can create your own esports team, train your players, grow your team in gaming houses, hire coaches, psychologists. Wow, I can't even pronounce something easy now. Psychologists and marketing managers to improve your players' everyday lives. Compete in arenas and become a legend. Decide either to witness the matches or guiding your squad to glory. Now, we did put out a video about this, but in case you didn't, and I'm sure you've heard of this everywhere because this was pretty big news. EA Electronic Arts stands behind their loot boxes. It just never fails. And when we mean gaming controversy, we mean EA. Loot boxes have been a long-running hot-button issue in gaming. They made appearances in a variety of titles like Middle-earth Shadow of War, which I believe was a single-player game, and other games that seemingly would not need them. In the latest update of this latest controversy, EA has taken their stance and continued the support of their use of loot boxes. Despite the backlash and changes in games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, EA makes it known that the mechanic will not be removed entirely from any of their games. You can check out everything we have on our website. I believe we have a video out about it. I'm sure you've heard about it everywhere. It's been breaking news for like 2 weeks now. And speaking of EA, imagine that, they have more controversy. I'm getting this information from CNET.com. EA had a patch to EA Origin that exposed more than 300 million players on popular online games. That's right. And the very important lesson here is to make sure you know where your information is going to. Because in this case, hackers would send something to a domain that was under eaplayinvite.ea.com. It was an inactive domain hosted by Microsoft. And because people thought it was an official EA domain, people trusted the source. Well, hackers got into it and took your password straight from that. In all honesty, EA was pretty quick to patch this once they kind of figured out what was going on. But always make sure that you are paying attention to what your password is going into. And I'm going to put this underneath the sports game section of Sports Gamers Online Inside Drive, because it is technically racing. Crash Team Racing has came out, and personally I have had a blast with it. I've been streaming it, I've been doing some videos on it, and by some I mean 2, not very many. But so far the game has pretty much been I'm not going to say 1-for-1 copy of the original, but it's so close that you're probably going to feel right at home if you did play the original. I highly recommend it. Go pick it up. It is out now on virtually every system. The Switch, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. It's not on computer, doesn't look like it's on Steam. Hopefully that will come in the future. Now apparently there is a huge issue with a bug if your ghost data gets too big. Race ghosts are, when you compete in a time trial and you kind of see what your past trial times were, I guess. Well, I had a hard time saying that. They did say that they are working on a fix. Hopefully they will get this out quick. We'll see going forward. And in the meantime, make sure you do play this, because players who compete in a race while connected online from now to July 4th receive a gift of 2,500 Wampa coins to buy customization items as a We're Sorry present. At least that's what Kotaku is telling me. We still have one more sports story for you, and it's a doozy, and I'm sure you've heard about it, but we'll get to that at the very end, because let's say it's our main event for today. But while we shift gears, I do want to tell everyone that in the month of July, PES 2019 will be free to play if you have PlayStation Now. Also on PlayStation's free to play is Horizon Chase Turbo, which is kind of more like a retro style 3D racing game. But, it's free. You can never go wrong with free. Nothing beats free. Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have all joined together. It's an amazing thing, just not for a very good reason. The tariffs that's going on right now with China makes everything go up. I think it's at 25%, which would be quite a bit. I believe it would make a $300 Nintendo Switch about $375. Yeah, I'm not one to get into political nonsense, but I think we can all agree that this is not good. This is not good at all. Isn't it a great thing that that's not the biggest story I have? It's not good at all. So we're going to shift even more further, because we are gamers after all. We're going to put the gamers in Sports Gamers Online. And I'm sure you've already heard about this, but Kotaku has put out a report saying how poorly Activision's game testers are truly treated. According to Kotaku, their base wage is around $13 an hour, and for the past year or so, they've been working around 70 hours a week. While I'm sure they're happy to be involved with Black Ops 4 development, they deserve way better than that. Can you imagine? Treyarch having a party for Black Ops 4 with pizza, beer, and the QA toasters were told not to go down on the party and shouldn't drink anything because they still have to work? Wow. Kotaku out here laying down bombshells. For all you Apex Legenders and Battle Royale friends and family out there, Season 2 of Apex Legends is right around the corner. The studio has revealed new weapons, new characters, even hinted at some map changes. The trailer is out for anybody that wants to see. Currently on this Saturday morning that this is getting recorded on is number 5 on the trending page. So I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it, and if you haven't, you're missing out, man. Come check this out. And big news coming out of Germany with Wolfenstein Youngblood. apparently it's not going to be censored. This marks the very first game that has any Nazi imagery at all at launch. Apparently the change came in German national policy that came around last year, allowing such imagery to be shown if it is justified. And apparently Wolfenstein is justified. Comes out July 26th with 2 versions out in Germany because Bethesda wasn't really sure if they would or not, and they have to make a game. So they went ahead and made the alternate version that was censored. But hey, cool. Maybe time really does heal all wounds. This is obviously huge news for anybody that's in Germany. This opens up the floodgates now. We'll see what happens in the future. And now for the biggest news of them all. And it's around sports, and that's fantastic. Hopefully with this new segment, I will typically have the main event here be about sports. And I'm sure you guys have heard about this, and I think we put a video and a post about it. Definitely a post for sure. NBA 2K now has unskippable ads. Yes, you heard that right. You can no longer skip your ad on NBA 2K TV rather, sorry. Even if you paid $60 for it at launch like I did. So keep in mind, this is really bad news. Most people probably paid $60 for the game. In order to be somewhat good at all on my park and my career modes, you probably put another $20 at least in VC. That's $80 spent right there. And now they're taking time. And time to me is the most valuable thing in life, because you can never make more time. To force these ads down your throat. Keep in mind, 2K has always been kind of shady recently, especially recently, with their monetization. And in the future, I hope to put out a further video about this. But just so you know, $80, probably, probably most people probably spend around $80. Building up your character after buying the game. If you played Ultimate Team, you probably put even more into it. If you made more characters, you probably put another $20 or so in it. Just to be somewhat respectable. NBA 2K also has a bunch of ads already in the game. Now personally, I'm okay with the replays. If they show a Sprite dunk cam or a Nissan dunk cam or a Kia, whatever it is now, I'm okay with it because real life sports are already monetized like that. And really, it just kind of makes it work more realistic while at the same time working for the sponsors to get their ad across. It's a win-win. But doing something like this, it's just wrong. Now I want to stress this by saying you can turn off NBA TV, which will turn off the advertisement. That's fantastic. At least we have the option, but by default it is turned on. So the average player, unless they go around looking at videos about this or watch this video, and if you did, make sure you like and subscribe, they will not probably know about that. Look out for a video in the future about the monetization history of NBA 2K. I plan on looking all the way back to NBA 2K13 when virtual currency originally started. You know how much money you would have spent from then? There's only one way to find out. Check out that video that I haven't made yet. Till then, I'll see you next week on Sports Gamers Online Inside Drive. Hope you liked the new format. Comment down below anything you want to say. Anything about these news articles that I just read, anything about the news, any news that I missed, how you like the format, suggestions for me. I'm always up to suggestions. I want to get better at this. And just roast me about pronouncing cars. You should have heard me try to pronounce Giannis Antetokounmpo for about 4 years. Nonetheless, like and subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell icon for notifications the next time we post a video. And thank you all for watching this week's Sports Gamers Online Inside Drive.